مثل الجنة التي وعد المتقون تجري من تحتها الأنهار أكلها دائم وظلها تلك عقبى الذين اتقوا وعقبى الكافرين النار. The description of the paradise promised to the righteous is that under it rivers flow. Eternal is its fruit as well as its shade. That is the ultimate outcome for the righteous. But the outcome for the disbelievers is the fire. Once again in the Qur'Ānic Kareem, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about a salient feature, quality and result of the muttaqun, those that have taqwa, those that have the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala within their hearts, those that are mindful of the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at every given moment of their life. Again, the month of Ramadan, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. It is a training ground. We need to acquire this quality of taqwa. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks about the muttaqun and what they will receive in the hereafter. What will they receive? Al-Jannah. They have been promised Jannah. What is the description of Jannah? A mere indication to a small part of Jannah, for our own understanding or our little understanding. Of course, Jannah is such that no eye has seen, no mind can fathom, no ear has heard of. However, Allah Ta'ala hints to us that maybe it's something like this. And definitely these are some of the things that you are going to be getting in Jannah. So Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala speaks about, number one over here, the various rivers that will be flowing beneath this paradise, beneath this Jannah. تجري من تحتها الأنهار. Underneath this Jannah, rivers will be flowing. And what kind of rivers? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فِيهَا أَنْهَارٌ مِّن مَّاءٍ غَيْرِ آسٍ. Such kind of water will flow in these rivers whose smell and taste will never change. It will always be pure. It will always be tasty. It will never give any foul smell or foul taste. It will always be 100% pure. وَأَنْهَارٌ مِّن لَبَنٍ لَمْ يَتَغَيَّرْ طَعْمُهُ. That kind of milk, rivers will flow with such milk whose milk will never ever go rotten. The milk will always remain fresh. وَأَنْهَارٌ مِّنْ خَمْرٍ لَذَّةٍ لِلشَّارِبِينَ. Rivers of wine that will be delicious for those that will drink that wine. وَأَنْهَارٌ مِّنْ عَسَلٍ مُصَفَّى. Rivers of pure honey will flow in Jannah. Water, honey, milk, wine, all halal, 100% pure. These kind of rivers will be flowing in Jannah for the muttaqun. Therefore, once again, a reminder for us that the month of Ramadan is for us to bring within our hearts the quality of taqwa, within our lives the quality of taqwa, and being mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at any given moment. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala further says, giving the brief description about Jannah, أُكُلُهَا دَائِمٌ وَظِلُّهَا. Its provision, its sustenance, its food, its delicacies, its shade will be forever and forever. They will be eternal. On one occasion, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when they were reading the eclipse prayer, it appears in Sahihain, in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim under the authority of Ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu. The Sahaba radiallahu anhum noticed, they said, Ya Rasulullah, while you were standing in this salah, we saw you reach for something with your hand and then you brought it back. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Inni ra'aytu al-jannah, aw qal uritu al-jannah. I saw, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed me Jannah, فَتَنَاوَلْتُ مِنْهَا عُنْقُودًا. I wanted to reach to a cluster of a fruit from amongst the fruits of Jannah. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam further said, وَلَوْ أَخَذْتُهُ لَأَكَلْتُم مِّنْهُ مَا بَقِيَتِ الدُّنْيَا. Had I been able to take that cluster of fruits from paradise, then the people of the world would have eaten from that fruit until this world was here, until the end of times. And that would be the barakah and the blessings of just one cluster, one fruit, or one portion of the fruits from amongst the fruits of Jannah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then speaks further in this verse of the Qur'an Kareem, تِلْكَ عُقْبَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا وَعُقْبَ الْكَافِرِينَ النَّارِ. That this is the end result of those that have taqwa. This is the end result of those that are mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are Allah fearing. So this again is a reminder for us that I want this Jannah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created and placed various sorts of bounties within it. I want this Jannah. I must accomplish the task, the goal of the month of Jannah, which is to bring within my life the quality of taqwa, the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah ta'ala in various portions of the Quran describes Jannah, وَفَاكِهَةٍ كَثِيرَةٍ لَا مَقْطُوعَةٍ وَلَا مَمْنُوعَةٍ. There will be plenty of fruit in Jannah. There will be no shortfall of supply for these fruits. There will be no sorts of difficulty in finding or acquiring these fruits. لا مقطوعة ولا ممنوعة. The fruit supply will never be cut off, and they will always be within a person's reach. The person will think of a fruit, Allah will make the tree grow and that fruit will come right in front of him. Nay, Allah Ta'ala doesn't even need the tree. That fruit will be brought straight to him on his hand in a platter. Allah Ta'ala has given various forms of examples and descriptions in the Qur'an Kareem about Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us this good quality of taqwa, the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and eternally grant us the reward of paradise and Jannah. In the end, Allah Ta'ala says, وَعُقْبَ الْكَافِرِينَ النَّارِ وَعُقْبَ الْكَافِرِينَ النَّارِ. That the end result and the end outcome of the kuffar, those that are the disbelievers, they will go into hellfire. وَنَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ ذَلِكَ. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us salvation from the fire of Jahannam. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen.